It seems we have new Pyro solver in Houdini 21 that work in 2D space with cups. We're gonna see it. Hi everyone, this is Dyson. Welcome back to this Houdini 21 first look series. So without further ado, we have these new Pyro nodes in cups. And you see, let's go with Pyro block. This will give us a necessary node to start with. And as you can see, yeah, it's necessary node, but it's not going to give us anything, you see? Nothing. So we need VDB for leaf point, something like that. Yeah, I'm new to this. Layer to VDB leaf point. So we're gonna connect that to this and our font layer to this. As you can see, it will give us a point. This is has this resolution we can increase, and yeah, maybe this one, because if you increase your resolution will be a heavy simulation. And we have this thickness. Let's make it thin. I'm not going to thick simulation. So we have that. You see DZN as a font, and we convert that as a point VDB. So you see. So we don't have anything. We need to rasterize the volume. This is the new one, rasterize volume. And if I connect that to this, and it's like visualizing the volume in here, but it's rasterizing that. So we don't have anything, right? We need Pyro source from a layer. Pyro source from layer, and I want to connect it like that. You see, now we have something, but yeah, that's not cool. We need alpha for that. You see, we cannot connect this from outside node. We need to pass through it. So I want to connect it to pass through, and I will connect it like that. You see, we have something. Now we need some force. You see, so straightforward. Let's go with buoyancy. Do we have something like that? Buoyancy. Yeah, we have buoyancy, and we're gonna connect the temperature, and we're gonna connect that to velocity. And we have nothing. Yeah, we need to increase buoyancy. You see, now we have something, obviously, and this is very cool. You can add your own velocity. Maybe let's add turbulence. We have our turbulence here, Pyro turbulence. You see, yeah, not bad. And for sure, we have a live simulation too here, like flow and diffusion. You see, and you can change parameter while the simulation playing, like inversion. So we are getting there. Thank you, SideFX, for that. I think this is a good sign. Maybe this system will go with Pyro sub. So now we have our smoke, and how we can turn that to fire or simulate fire. Let me say it's so tricky. We can use this rasterized volume. It's like visualizing the volume, and we can use this emission color and emission, and we can play with this range, and we can have something like that. You see, this is like, yeah, fiery, cool looking, and we have several options for that. For example, we can blur our density and feed it to this emission. You see, we have something like that. But as SideFX mentioned in their example, they fed this temperature to this blur, and because we don't have any temperature, I can duplicate that not pyro buoyancy. We can duplicate this pyro source here, and we can feed it to temperature instead of density. Now we have temperature, as you can see, and we can have something like that, and you can control these two fields individually. So what about lighting in this system? As you can see, we have a bunch of options here. Light, let's go with ambient light, for example. Let's explore this, and we're going to connect it to diffuse color, and we're going to connect this density to density, and we have some parameter here, and we can play with that. And as you can see, this is the basic color, right? And maybe we have this point, point light in here. And as you can see, we can do something, and I didn't see any handle to change the position, but you can change it in this parameter, and this is point light. You see, you can light your scene like that and make it interesting. So what about collision? As you can see, we need to create, for example, a collision for this simulation. And let's go with interesting example. Let's create sub import, and let's dive in and let's create this test geometry. You see, if I bring this here, you see, and connect it to the collision, this will not going to work. It's crazy. So because it's 3D, it's need to be go into the space. Let's begin with geometry to VDB. So we're gonna use that and connect it to collision, and we're gonna connect this geometry. You see, nothing happened. We have error. So we need a sub invoke. This is cool node to modify the sub, and let's create VDB from polygon here. So we are converting this geometry to VDB and feed it to this geometry to VDB. And now guess what? It's playing and it's working. Let me prove it, you see? And let's increase buoyancy, and you see we have that. Let's increase buoyancy and let's see it obviously here. And you see, we have some collision, but this is our basic collision. And let me take this one and make it better. And I want to show you this cable in pack on or unpack. So let's say we have that, and let's create a cable pack. So this will pack these two input in here, this alpha, and let's go and pass through, and we can unpack it here. If you want multiple node pass through, you can use this cable pack and unpack. You see, we have the same result. And now we can connect that here and do that, and we can update it here, and we can feed it to collision. And guess what? This will work too. And this is very interesting workflow. That was new for me. And now, of course, we can rasterize the geometry, bring it into the space, and I can bring that. You see, let's go with this. Nah, where are you? Yeah, let's merge it now with the result, and let's show you the final effect we have with this simulation. You see, now we have that. So with that, this is the Pyro first look in cups. See you in the next one. Stay subscribed and hit the ring button. See ya.